Hi, my name is Martin. I'm a young professional in the entertainment industry. Um, I'm coming from afar. I've um, I've tried in the past many times to record myself, to record videos of myself. I could never. I was not in the right place in my life and with myself. I didn't have the right mindset. I dealt with a lot of mental health issues, for which I had to focus on my healing. It took a lot of time, and I consider that I'm way better than I was before, um, and that I'm on the path of healing. But I'm not here today to talk to you about that. This is my first, I believe, official video that I want to do for the creative industries, because I've been dabbling in entertainment for as long as I can remember. My first gig in entertainment was sampling yogurt in grocery stores across the province of Quebec. I'm from Quebec, so sorry about that, I didn't mention it. I'm from Quebec, near Montreal. I actually lived there for quite some time. And I was back and forth between Montmagny, which is my hometown where I was born, and Montreal. And a little bit, here and there across the world, trying to explore and discover and find my purpose. So the reason why I'm starting to do these videos is, number one, I feel like I want to help people, but it's not just about helping people, because I myself have been, exploring, trying to find my own place, because I was different. I was different. I dropped out of school when I was in Cégep here. It's college in North America, the United States, for example. And I dropped out of school there because while I started sampling yogurt in grocery stores, I found an industry where I could work part-time as a freelancer on my own schedule and make like really great money out of it. And so it kind of sparked that passion for me, and I then started to be hired for a lot of big events where I was emceeing, entertaining crowds, and basically just having fun, because that's what I want to do with my life. I want to have fun, and for me, it was really long until I figure out how exactly I can have fun. Because we're all being told that we should do what makes us happy, and we should work on things that passionate us. But what if we don't get a paycheck for it? What if we're not getting paid for what passionates us? So for years I tried to find a way to not monetize, because that's really business term, but I really tried to find a way to make a living out of my passion, which was to have fun. And honestly, I am, anywhere that I go, I'm a spark. I want to have fun. I'm just so joyful when I'm social. I'm social. So I'm a social person, and anytime I find myself around with friends or with even strangers, I just want to have fun. And so I always tried to figure out how I could make this a career, how I could pursue my passion of just wanting to enjoy life and be paid for it. And so that's how I started in the entertainment industry. I started sampling yogurt in grocery stores, and I wasn't just sampling yogurt. I was actually trying to, make people laugh with random jokes. And so that's where, while people were tasting yogurt that I was giving them, I was tasting for the first time in my life entertainment. And so from there, I thought that, if I could do sampling in grocery stores and have fun doing it and entertaining people, there might be other jobs that do the same thing. So that's really how I started in the industry. But I got referred by a friend. Basically, I was working with one marketing agency, and a lot of other freelancers from that same marketing agency that I met started telling me about the event marketing industry as a whole, where you have basically a lot of different marketing agencies creating a lot of different marketing campaigns. And I got referred by a friend, another freelancer, to another big agency. And that's where things really boomed for me. I referred a friend of mine, a really great friend of mine that wanted to work these kind of gigs as well. And so I basically was getting paid to have fun with my best friend. And I ended up in Toronto animating the International Film Festival. I was in the biggest festivals in Montreal, in Quebec, microphone at hand, and I was just basically having fun. And I was really highly paid to do these jobs. And at the same time, believe it or not, I was studying to become a police officer in Quebec. I was at my first year. I was the president of my cohort. I was doing volunteer work. I had so much fun. I loved it, but I didn't quite see my potential fully unfold in that field. And at the same time, I remember I had exams. Final exams of the semester, and at the same time, I told my friends, "Listen, I have a gig in Toronto. I really prefer having fun and actually working in Toronto than doing the exams." So I talked with my teachers, and I ended up doing the exams in Toronto while I was working there. But it just goes to say that I was studying to become a police officer, and I was in the field trying to find work for what I wanted to do with my life. What I actually wanted to do with my life. And what's funny is when I started doing these gigs, things kind of started to unlock for me. And when I was in Toronto for one of these gigs, I met Greg O'Gallagher, which is one of the most important and I think key element of why I am doing this video right now, because at the time I was at the FNL ROM. It's Friday Night Live at the Royal Ontario Museum. I was entertaining there, so a lot of people partying, and having fun, and I was just roaming in the crowd and trying to make people laugh and just basically being the fun guy and being myself, basically. And I met Greg, and that's where we kind of connected, we clicked. And a few weeks later, well, I think he invited me to his house, and we got to get to know each other a little bit. And it was a little before he started really taking off with his fitness business. And at the time, he was trying to help me. I think he was trying to guide me to maybe really exploit my potential. And he pushed me to start making videos. But like I said earlier, I wasn't there at all. I was not at the right space. I didn't have the right space. I wasn't in the right mindset at all. And so I tried. I tried to do something called social connection coach. Okay, I'm super ashamed of that, but at least I tried. So I started filming myself here and there, and I was trying to find purpose and meaning into what I could do and bring people. But I kind of lost myself there because I went into the life coaching route while I should have pursued maybe more the creative route. But at the time, when I say I was not in the right mindset, what I'm really saying is that I quite didn't know yet who exactly I was and what I exactly wanted to do. So that's why I kind of got lost a little bit, and I tried things. I tried things. I started to travel, and I believe that was when I dropped out of school, because after that first year, when I realized I could actually make a living out of my passion, I started focusing full time on that. So I started, just working as a freelancer, entertainment gigs, and I made great money, which allowed me to travel a little bit. So I went to California, and at the same time, I was kind of pursuing some spiritual goals. You know, I was always trying to better myself. I was trying to elevate myself, to be more healthy, to heal, because I believe we all have a journey from which we need to heal through. And like Gregory said to me once, you don't get rid of pain, you grow through it. It took me a long time to understand that, but really, Greg helped me a lot of things, and I'm gonna stop name dropping him, but I'm not name dropping him. I'm just saying he helped me so much. He helped me so much years ago. It was like maybe 5 years ago, and he pushed me to do these videos, but I wasn't in the right mindset. I wasn't in the right place in my life. But I kept trying. I kept exploring and discovering things. And when I was in California, I had my spiritual awakening, which is a whole other discussion for a whole other video. And I always felt like I was alien to people. I was alien to society, the way that my brain saw things, the way that I was functioning. I always thought that, people didn't quite understand me, the path I was on, and that came with a lot of mental health challenges, feeling alone, and so that led me to a lot of suffering, but also a lot of wisdom in the end. It taught me to be resilient, and it pushed me into a path of spirituality. And so when I was in California, I had my spiritual awakening, and I can go on and on about this experience in and of itself in another time and place, but this is the moment where I understood that my life was going to be different. This is where I understood that my outlook on life would be different. And it took me a long time after that to figure out just exactly how. And so I tried things, I tried this life coaching thing. I tried to film myself giving advice, but who the fuck was I? 21, 22-year-old Martin trying to give life advice. Like, I didn't know any better, and yet I was trying. And so when I was in California, I had my first illumination, my first epiphany of a business, which was for event marketing. So in a nutshell, I was on the beach with a friend of mine that I met there in California, and I was exploring the people that were doing this gig. There were 5 or 6 people, I think, and they were working for Chevrolet, sampling flyers and everything. And I went to them and I talked to them and I asked, what agency are you working for? And he told me the agency was from Chicago, and the event was here. I think it was on Hermosa Beach. And someone was like from up in San Francisco, and they drove like 6 hours to do this week-long gig. So I kind of started computing in my mind, and I was like, okay, so there are all these players, these connections. Like, it feels weird, it feels weird that someone from an agency from Chicago for an event in Hermosa Beach had to hire someone in San Francisco that had to drive all the way down there. So that's where my first idea of my first business came from. I wanted to do a platform where I would connect freelancers in event marketing with marketing agencies for these kinds of gigs. And yet I had no fucking idea that I was doing a business like that would start my entrepreneurial journey. I was in the field. I just dropped out of school. I was in the field. I was doing it full time, and I just wanted to solve problems. And if I had known that it would be so hard to do a business, to create a business from scratch, I don't think I would have started. I would not have started, because all the things that followed the years after, I would say it was close to hell. It was close to hell, and I lost, I think I lost friends, I lost money, I lost, I wouldn't say time, but when you take a different path, a less traveled road, you will encounter challenges, and it came for me with a lot of sacrifices. And um, I wouldn't say they're losses and they're failures. They're all they all contributed to my learning and where I am today. Because after all these years of trying to make this business work, I actually developed an entrepreneurial mindset, and I understand how business, like what it entails to create a business from scratch. And so as years went by, I used my outgoing personality, and as I was working out, I started improving my fitness, my body. I realized maybe I could try some modeling, maybe I could try some acting, and that's what Greg pushed me a little to do when we first met. He told me, you have the presence of an actor, you have, you could work. Martin, as an actor, could work. And I was like, From my 21 years old, like unexperienced and super naive standpoint, I was like, are you sure? Like half excited, half unsure. So Greg kind of put that seed into my mind, and 2 years ago I found an agent, and that's how I started doing acting and modeling. But most importantly, I, as an entrepreneur, which I consider myself now, I was finding my own gigs. I was creating my own opportunities, getting on Facebook groups, modeling Facebook groups, acting Facebook groups. I don't know how many doors I knocked onto for modeling or acting, but I found when I found a door that opened, I just went and dove right in. So, for example, I sent 40, I think it was 43 emails total for an agent for as an actor. Two answered me, and one of these two wanted to get coffee with me. And so we went for coffee, and she signed me up. And, to this day, she still is suggesting me for roles. So that's one. But for modeling gigs and stuff, there are always, small projects here and there that people do that they're, basically just posting on Facebook groups. And I started applying to them, and I started finding, my own gigs, and quite highly paid gigs. So I explored a lot of different things as an artist, as a talent, as a model, actor. I don't consider myself any of these, but when you're doing the job as a model, well, you're a model. But I wouldn't market myself like that. I just happened to do modeling gigs. I just happened to do acting gigs, and I was actually, printed, and I did a few commercials for that went on TV. I went on TV shows and as an extra. I was in the background, and I met a few actors, which I ended up working out with at the gym when I was living in Montreal. So I dove and I swam in these waters, and I understood the how could I say it? I understood the creative aspect, the creative side of the entertainment industry. But I felt, and that's where things might become interesting, and that's especially why I'm doing this video. That's where I thought, I should go maybe further with that. I was in event marketing, I did a little bit of modeling, I did a little bit of acting, and I have all these friends that are trying to make it in the industry. And I always was trying to find a way to make my business happen, but at the same time, my vision kind of expanded. And that's where I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try to push things further. And that's where I found a certificate at McGill University in executive production for creative industries. And I was like, that sounds a lot like me. And so I looked at the curriculum and it was exactly the type of program that I would have picked when I started in the industry. But guess what? It was the very first time they were creating and doing that certificate. It was the very first time that an educational institution was putting together a program that includes and encompasses all of the fields of the entertainment industry. So you have video games, you have event marketing, festivals, you have music producers, you have film producers, you can have basically anything from the entertainment industry. And when I saw that, I signed up immediately. My teacher was one of the new James Bond movie. He was the executive producer of the new James Bond. I'm French Canadian, so if I just trip in my words, please forgive me. It might happen sometimes. I'm sure you don't mind. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying, and what's most important is that you get the message that I'm trying to carry. So my teacher, the person who created the program, actually, was one of James Bond's new movie executive producer, and we had classes, like the curriculum is amazing. If you want to check it out, like I believe everything happens online these days, but it's called Executive Production for the Creative Industries. And we had classes on executive production fundamentals. And I'll go a little bit over what it entails because it's important. You have brand marketing, portfolio management. So how to manage brands, both, a brand can be an artist, a brand can be like a big business like Apple or McDonald's. A brand is basically an estate, and that's what we learn also in our courses. We had intellectual property and contract management. We did business cases on the issue with Sony owning the IP to Spider-Man, owning Spider-Man's IP, and how it works in the industry when Marvel wants to use Spider-Man's IP. We did use cases on the Fire Festival. We did a lot of use cases. We had classes also on financial budget for executive production, like when you want to, for example, build a TV show, produce a TV show, how does that work? Well, you have to have your financial structure in place. But before having that financial structure in place, you should be pitching your concept to a production company, and that's how it should roll. As a matter of fact, this week that just passed, I pitched a TV concept to a production company. I was in touch, I touched a lot of things, and I've been experimenting a lot. And I don't believe you should be doing only one thing in life. If you're passionate about a lot of things, you should be tasting as much as you want, as much as you can. And that's what I did. So over the course of 2 years, I spoke with a few production companies trying to explore when I was doing acting gigs, promotional modeling, commercial modeling. I was always trying to, explore at who was behind all these things, the production companies, the client, and how the relationships worked. And so, so I thought maybe I could try to pitch a TV concept to a production company because I'm a creative. That's who I am in my essence. I'm not defined by just one thing. I'm a creative. I want to have fun. I want to produce things. I want to create things. So before producing things, you need to find your gift. You need to find what creative, anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if you're a creative, you need to find a way to produce yourself. And that's where the executive production program that I did helped me understand the business side of entertainment. The very side that I was lacking trying myself to build businesses when I was just basically exploring the industry. I was just a creative, I was just a talent, but I had all these business ideas and projects that I wanted to do. So if you're a creative, you need to be more, you need to understand more of the business side also of the industry. And this is exactly why I'm also making this video, because I've, how can I say this? I've hustled so hard to figure out exactly what I want to do with my life. And I feel like making this video is like all of these years coming to fruition. And it all makes sense by the end of the video. But when I did this certificate, it was a revelation for me. I understood the business side of entertainment. And it elevated my perspective as a creative. So all of my friends that were, that are trying to make it in the industry, I see them now, like I put myself in their shoes and I'm like, maybe they also could help. Maybe they could use some help. Maybe they could also better understand what's the business behind the industry. Because when you know how to navigate your industry as a creative, that's very powerful. You have tools, you have strategies, you have a different mindset, which gives you a different approach. When you're talking to people, when you're carrying yourself, you're not, if you're going on set and you have a gig, like you're not acting needy with, any kind of person on set. You're just like, how things work. You know how things work, you just do your thing. So I really do believe that creatives should also develop their entrepreneurial skills for the creative industries. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because myself being lost for years trying to navigate the industry, I don't think I was lost. I had, pretty good successes. I was on TV, I was on campaigns and such. So I've seen some level of success. And I believe that I can help people to maybe navigate better the industry. I've given tips to a lot of friends. I've given I've given a hand. I've helped a lot of people by trying to explore with them the possibilities of how they can advance their professional creative career. And so after that, after making whoops, that was my phone telling me I have 20% battery left, but I'll have enough. I had 30%. So all these years I was trying to find the second half, the what was lacking in my own toolbox to bring my career further, and that's where I found the certificate. So I completed the certificate as of last summer. Took me 2 years, and when I realized that a lot of the entertainment industry has to do with talent, with people, I saw the opportunity of even deepening even deeper. Can we say that? I don't know. Of deepening my knowledge and my skills in negotiation. So I found a course, again, a certificate in Harvard. It's called Negotiation Mastery. And we've had a teacher from HBO come and talk to us. And so I just basically completed my toolbox with this certificate from Harvard. And that leads me to a very brief note that I want to say. For all these years, I never felt that trying to make trying to be successful, trying to figure things out, all these years, I never found any program at school, traditional school, like college, universities and everything, that was well suited for me, for who I was, for who I am, for the type of person I am. And so through these two certificates and through my own experience, through my own discoveries, I basically created my own curriculum. And that's also what I want to inspire all of you that are watching to do, because that's the essence of what will make you successful. If you create your own curriculum, if you stand by who you are, you will figure it out. So all these years, I didn't have any guidance really. I found a few mentors, like when I was in California, I found a mentor, his name is Marco, and to this day we still talk. He helped me so much. He basically told me to believe in myself. How, anyone can tell you to believe in yourself, but the way he did it was so insightful that it actually made me think, how do I believe in myself? Well, believing in yourself is betting on your own skills, betting on your own resources, betting on your own abilities to figure it out for yourself, and not necessarily follow the masses and do like everyone's doing. You need to find your own color palette. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes I try wordplays or anyways. So that's what I want to do, and the reason why I'm doing this video now, it's very fun. Life's very fun. Fitness for me has always been crucial. It's always been fundamental to my life because it's what helped me push through hard times. It's meditative for me. Pushing dumbbells, even doing push-ups, yoga, going for runs. Fitness has always brought me back to myself through breathing. And it's funny because Greg has been really fundamental in my life. He pushed me to try acting, but he also tried to push me and make me understand that I also maybe had something to say, that I had something special that I could share with the world. But at the time, I just didn't know how, or I didn't know what, or I just couldn't. I wasn't in the right place. And there's Gary Vee telling you, just flip the screen and hit record. And then I see Tom Billier, he says the same thing. Like or Matthew McConaughey, I think. Like, you have a story. You have a story to tell. You don't need to be on TV. You don't need to have the spotlight on. With technology, you just, flip the screen and hit record. I think it was Matthew McConaughey, actually. I saw his video this week and it really, really hit me deep. Because I was at a point where, hello. I was at a point where I was wondering where I wanted to go and what I should do. And so this video is kind of the culmination of years of exploration and figuring it out, but it's also the culmination of recent events where I realized that I do have something to say, and I believe that I can help people, especially in entertainment. But I'm not limited just to that. I believe, I am very well, spiritually aware, and I don't want to say awake because it might sound, anyways, I can help a lot of people with my experience, my skill set, and I believe that I have tremendous value to bring to a lot of people. And I was talking about technology because I was kind of struggling for years with it, because I was, afraid of people's judgment, because it kind of feels weird to talk to through a camera, and I never felt really comfortable doing it. But it's not about me. And it feels so weird saying that because it really isn't about me. I was stressed for so many years of doing the very thing that I knew I was good at, or destined to do, but I held myself back because I was scared of what people would think. And why am I crying? But it's not about me. I want to help. I want to help so much. It really hit me. I'm sorry. It's not about me. I know I have a lot of value to bring, and just getting out of my getting out of my way makes me realize that I do really have something to bring to people, and it shouldn't be about me. It shouldn't be about my insecurities of being afraid of talking to people and holding myself back because I'm scared of what I might look like, or I want to help. I know I have a lot of value to bring, and that's what I want to do from now on. I want to share my insights. I want to guide people that might be lost or struggling, finding their purpose, or developing their creative careers. And I'm saying all that because at the intersection of both technological innovations and a lot of discussions that I've had with creative people, I realized that now was the right time to actually come forward and share a few findings. I mean, let's talk NFTs, let's talk blockchain, let's talk talent agreements, let's talk business strategies around entertainment, let's talk, there's so many things we can talk about. Let's talk fitness, let's talk being present, how improving your fitness can actually improve your stamina when you're on set for 12 straight hours. Let's talk about these things. And so I had so many conversations this week, it's crazy, with creatives, friends of mine, like the people that I met throughout the years. Now for me was also the right time to come forward and provide them with my help. There's a friend of mine, he's French, he's in France right now. He's an artist, caricaturist. His name is Anthony, and he basically he just published his first book. He's a photographer, and he's seeing success with his book right now. It's called Passetto Grella. And I came toward him and I just suggested him that he could, I offered him to help him with his artistic collections through NFTs, which is a new technology. So I'm starting to help him with that. Another friend of mine, a girl, she is a singer, songwriter, and she also is on Spotify. I really like her songs, and I mean it. I wouldn't help people that I don't believe in, because I think that's very important when you work on a business, and people that can become brands that have a gift, that have like a creative talent to exploit. It's hard, and you have to invest a lot of time, and so you need to be passionate about what people do to help them. And so I really, really love her songs. Her name is Londe. She's on Spotify. Look her up. And I'm talking with her this coming Monday to talk about NFTs, how she can publish her songs as NFTs. For those here that have no idea what NFTs are, they're new technology that can be exploited with tremendous potential for the creative industry, especially because we're talking, source of truth, authentication. So for any kind of form of content, you can easily trace back to the source any piece of content that you publish because of the NFT. I think Tom Billier was explaining really clearly what an NFT was. NFT stands for non-fungible token. It's on the blockchain. And what fungibility means basically is, money, currency as we know it, is fungible. If you have two $5 and I have one 10, we can exchange it because the value stays the same. It's fungible because you can you can share it in different ways. But a non-fungible token means that the very content that you mint, that's another concept for NFTs, the very piece of content that you mint as an NFT is authentic and it's non-fungible. So that means it will hold, I don't want to say the same value because there are some variations to that because the fact that an NFT is backed by Ethereum, Um, all of that to say that my experience trying to launch my first business in technology um, really kind of always, and I'm a geek also, I love video games, I play a lot with my little brother. It always pushed me to find a way to integrate technology into how we do things better. And with my background in the creative industries, I thought, maybe there's a way to use, well, maybe. There are much better ways to use technology uh, in the creative industries. And so I want to explore that too. I want to educate people on new technologies. I want to guide people uh, for as many new opportunities and possibilities that can come out of new technologies and how to apply them. So really, my intent to help is not just to talk about the entertainment industry, how you can succeed in entertainment, but it also has a lot to do with technology and new business models and new ways of doing things, and all these dimensions coming together. And so there's this girl. She's jumping rope. She's got, I think, 80,000 followers on Instagram. Her name is Mira Watercote. You can, she's German. You can go on her social medias. By the way, I'll link all their handles and social medias in the description. But you can look her up. She has 80,000 followers. And we talked last year about how I could help her bring her business online and automate it better so she can make more money and, live through her passion. And so I think she wrote me back a few weeks ago, and we started our discussions again so that I could help her with her creative business. And yeah, I see how she can create a business out of her creative talents. She's crazy. She's nuts. Go check her out. I tried skipping rope for a little bit last year. I don't think I'll ever come as good as. Yeah, you get the point. As her, I don't think I could ever be as good as she is in jumping rope. So she wants to make a business out of it, and I can help her exploit that creative talent she has, and make it a business. There's also another reason why I decided to start doing these videos is that I think through Instagram, I've always been afraid, honestly, of Instagram. Not afraid, but I don't like it. I don't like it because I was battling with myself for years, like trying to post pictures and pretend I was something I was not. I don't consider myself an actor. I don't consider myself a model. I don't consider myself a creative producer. I don't consider myself any of these things. But I was trying through social media to portray a picture of who I was. Here's the thing, you're not limited to only one thing, and who you are is much more than just labels and titles. And so it took me a long time to really go beyond the fear of judgment. But it was mostly myself, my own fear of being accepted. If anyways, for years I didn't like social medias, and yet I was on it. It made me suffer. It was painful for me. I never knew what I would post. I didn't feel engagements and interactions were authentic. There's a lot of people that they're playing a game. They're trying to portray people they're not, like I was doing. I think so many people do it at some extent, but that's the main reason why I never really came forward, and I never really wanted to invest in Instagram, although I understood. I was getting myself sick by trying to show something that I was not. that's it. I was at events sometimes. I was having fun. I was really enjoying myself. But I put so much pressure on myself to like do stories. I mean, I was working for Nintendo, let's say Comic Con, and I went on a I went on a roll to just do as many stories as I could with as many characters as I possibly could. So on top of managing the event, because I was in charge of managing the event and the brand, Nintendo's brand ambassadors, on top of all that and the logistics, I was like, hey, I'll do a story with every single person, every single character that I'll see. And I ended up with like, I don't know, 1,000 stories per day. And I was just so drained after 3 days. Can you imagine? So these kind of things, I wasn't doing social medias for the right reasons, and so I lost myself a lot in there. And so I never really believed in social medias, but man, there are so many people that are genuine. There are so many people that are still posting interesting things and real things and authentic things. You see Mel Robbins, the way she talks, like she doesn't give a fuck about the camera. She doesn't give a fuck about the camera. Tom Billier is always so valuable, always bringing new guests, new perspectives. And Milet, just you can feel his faith through the phone screen. It reaches to you. Gary, the way he does things, you just witness what he does, and it inspires you. So there's a lot of good too, but I was holding myself back, and I never really wanted to interact because of that. And this week I did under one of D-Rock's posts. D-Rock is Gary Vaynerchuk's videographer, and he said this post is to network, so just say who you are, what you're working on, and what you might need help with. I was like, hell, let's just do it. I said, hey, I'm Martin. I'm trying to work on an NFT project right now. I'm a producer. I want to help people, and I might need help with marketing. Shireen, she wrote me back. She said, hey, I'm an artist, looking into NFTs a little bit too. We should talk. Next thing we knew, like the very afternoon, like a few hours after, we were having a video call, and we were just talking about how I could help her with her art, and how she was really keen on exploiting her entrepreneurial spirit. And that's what I want to do. I have so much value to bring to creatives. I believe that's where my value stands. Having been in the industry myself for years, trying to figure things out for myself, trying to build businesses that, they didn't all work. I've had some successes, some failures, but overall I learned, like all these things that I want to bring. I realized this week that that's what I wanted to do. That's who I am. And this poster right here, Avengers Endgame, it represents a lot. Like you've seen it in the background, I didn't really talk about it. Marvel really reaches deep because it doesn't just produces movies on superheroes. It tells stories. It tells stories in a way that no franchise has done before. They're sharing, I believe, a lot of wisdom through their movies. And for me, it resonates a lot. And that's the more spiritual side of things, but also as a business, it's the biggest franchise of the entire history of humanity. 23 movies. This movie was, I think, the first or second biggest movie ever in gross revenue. So it represents a lot. It represents my passions. It represents my aspirations, not just as an entertainment entrepreneur, but also as an artist, as maybe an actor, maybe I don't know, someone who's in pretty good damn shape, like all these superheroes, and that's what I strive for. That's what that's what I want to pursue. So again, I just want to start helping. I want to start helping. I'm working on an NFT project right now, and my goal is really to help people develop their talents, their gifts, and I want to do it professionally. I want to do it creatively, but most of all and above all, I want to do it and have fun doing it. And so it felt weird for me to turn on the camera and just hit record, but I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Feels weird. Feels weird because I don't see myself as a YouTuber. I don't see myself as a content creator. I don't see myself as any of these labels that we have nowadays, but I am doing this because I really do think I have value to bring. And right before doing this video, I was meditating and I was trying to, find the right approach, the right angle, but I think sometimes you just have to jump. Sometimes you just have to take the first step and, the rest just unfolds. The rest unfolds. Guys, how I don't even know how to end the video. I'll just say, this is my first. I will not put pressure on myself to do 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, post here, post there. I really felt it today. I wanted to express my desire to help. I wanted to introduce myself. That's important. For me, that's quite important. I wanted to introduce myself. Because, a lot of people just come out there and, you don't really know who they are. You don't really know what they're up to, what they want to do, etc. So I think my intent today was really just to introduce myself. And I would love if you could also introduce yourself, if I can help, if sharing my story was valuable to you. I would love to hear your feedback, not just here, but actually reach out. Like if it helped you, please engage. I'm not here for the comments. I'm not here for the likes. I'm here to help. And I would really love to know how I can help you, because that's, there's a lot of things I could go into much deeper details, whether it's, if you're dealing with mental health issues, how fitness can help you be present, how to elevate yourself in terms of anything mindset related, if it's how to exploit your gifts, how to find your ex, how to share who you are, share your colors as a creative, how to figure out the best business strategies for your talent, your gifts, business strategies, how to navigate the industry, how this thing work. I can go into much deeper detail for the film industry, the modeling industry, the event marketing industry, the video game industry, like anything really. I'm here to help, and I can go into much deeper detail for a lot of different things. And the only thing I would love for you is to just reach out. Just also take the first step and let me know what you would need help with. Anything. Anything. I will do my best. I will do my best, and that's my mission, and I'm doing it for how. I don't even know how to end the video. Okay, I think it's every YouTuber's problem. I don't know the video. Listen, I'll just say this. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time, and it's not time lost. It might have inspired you. I hope it might have clarified things for you. It might have helped. But one thing for sure is I will be here, and I want to be here to help. So again, I'm really grateful for you watching, and I'm so looking forward. I'm really looking forward to hear from some of you, if it was helpful, how we can help, and to build this virtual, maybe professional actual friendship together. And I'll just say thank you. All right, bye guys. Bye guys. No, I won't finish my videos like that, I promise. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.